Before kings ruled cities, before empires rose, before armies marched, there was a world without rulers. For thousands of years, early Mesopotamian villages were governed by councils of elders, priests, and community leaders. But around 3500–3000 BCE, something changed. Archaeology shows the rise of a new kind of authority: kingship. This transformation began in the great cities of the Uruk and Early Dynastic periods. As cities grew, so did their problems. Tens of thousands of people needed food, water, protection, and organization. Temples had managed these tasks for centuries, but the scale became overwhelming. Archaeologists find evidence of larger administrative buildings, centralized storage rooms, organized labor forces, massive irrigation networks, defensive walls, and city gates. These were signs of a society that needed stronger leadership. The earliest kings were not warriors, they were managers, chosen to handle crisis and coordination. But over time, their role expanded. The Sumerian king list, carved centuries later, remembers this moment as the time when kingship descended from heaven. But archaeology tells a more grounded story. Kingship emerged because cities needed someone to organize labor, someone to manage irrigation, someone to lead armies, someone to negotiate trade, someone to represent the city as gods. The first kings were likely lugal, literally big man. Not divine, not absolute, but powerful. By 2900 BCE, during the early dynastic period, kingship was fully established. Cities like Uruk, Lagash, Kish, and Nippur had rulers whose names appear in inscriptions, seals, and monuments. Archaeologists uncover royal tombs, victory steles, administrative tablets signed by kings. Temples expanded under royal authority. One of the earliest known kings is Enmebarajesi of Kish, mentioned in both archaeology and the king list. His reign marks the moment when kingship became historical, not legendary. Kingship also changed warfare. Cities now fielded organized armies. Weapons became standardized. Fortifications grew stronger. The famous stele of the vultures from Lagash shows a king leading soldiers in formation, the earliest known depiction of a structured army. Kingship also reshaped religion. Rulers claimed to be chosen by the gods. Some were seen as divine shepherds of their people. Temples and palaces became symbols of political power. By 2600 BCE, kingship was the defining institution of Mesopotamian civilization. It created stability but also rivalry. Cities competed for dominance. Wars erupted. Alliances formed and collapsed. Kingship was both a solution and a new source of conflict. But one thing is clear: the birth of kingship transformed human society. It created leadership, law, armies, diplomacy, and the foundations of the state. From Sumer to Akkad, Babylon to Assyria, every empire that followed was built on this invention. This was the moment humans learned to organize power. This was the birth of kings,